Hey guys, it's Wanda from Crazy Days. Today we're back out in my QueenDome, and I'm going to show you what else going on in my high tunnel / greenhouse today. I'm super excited. The Cherokee Garden is growing and looking awesome. Earlier I went by our asparagus patch out in the yard and picked up a few of my asparagus, and y'all forgive my dirty hands, I'm pulling weeds. And then I went over to Danny's greenhouse and pulled a few more asparagus, so I plan on having that for lunch. Then my kale patch over here in mine, I'm going to show you in a few minutes. I went ahead and weeded it, took out the old leaves for the chickens, and this is for us, and I could have got more. I mean, the kale is looking awesome. Isn't that beautiful? Such rich color. I'm talking kale grows well in this greenhouse. The onions and onion chives just go crazy. And we're going to harvest some of the onion chives and to go with the kale because it gives it an awesome flavor. Even looks like some of them back in the back might be bulbing a little. Ooh, let's hope. The mum's looking okay. See the kale? How pretty it looks now that I've kind of cleaned it up somewhat. Look, 4 of my Market More cucumbers from Hoss Tools is doing awesome. This is what I took out. These were the bad leaves and things, the grass, weeds, anything that grows. And yes, weeds do grow in a greenhouse. Took them out, taking them to the chickens in a little bit. But look, I mean, isn't that kale beautiful? And that little bitty patch will feed us for a while. You know, I can come out here every couple of days and take leaves off, and it's enough for Danny and I to eat. And kale is very, very rich in nutrients. Again, another one of my little flowers, but look, Malabar spinach coming up, and we're going to run it on this trellis. This is my Cherokee yellow wax beans. Look how pretty. We have blooms, guys. We have blooms. So, not long before these will possibly make some Cherokee yellow wax beans, and we will be grilling beans. Isn't that awesome? My favorite way to eat these beans is grilled. And then we have another little flower under there that's coming out. Maybe the beans won't kill it. Miss Lippy gave me some mullein, and I put it in here, and we're going to see it's not dying, so we're going to see how it does. I planted some beans here, and let's see, do I have any coming up? No, not yet. Okay, so I planted Algonquin speckled beans in this area. We're going to see if they come up. It's only been 3 or 4 days, and it really hasn't been warm enough yet, so maybe they'll come up. My plants in this area are looking awesome. The aloes, the onions, the airplane plant, everything looks good in this corner. This little bit of color we have all over the place. These are petunias, and they just come up everywhere, and we've just left them. They were in this bucket, I guess, when we put dirt in it. But look, my peppercorn plant is coming back out, so we have hopes. The one on this other side, without the aid of petunia in it, is really kicking it, and it's growing really well. So we're going to see if we can get the peppercorn really going great across these trellises this time. And this is my Cherokee long ear popcorn. Look at it. I'm really excited because Danny said it's time to fertilize again. And look, I'm talking 18 inches, maybe 2 foot, some of it tall. I am growing Cherokee long ear popcorn in here. Isn't that great? So we're going to see if I can grow corn in the high tunnel. So far, the Cherokee Hearts of Bursting flower has not come up, so I've had no luck with it yet. The Cherokee Trail of Tears beans, look. I mean, isn't that awesome? I love to watch them climb. And I've got a few more down there that's doing the same. This is Hoss Tools Gold Prize Squash. This is the one that Danny grew so many I made him pull them up last year. Look in there, guys. This week, we're going to have squash. And look, and we do not hand pollinate in here. I leave the doors open. The bugs come in during the day and pollinate. Another Trail of Tears. Almost to the top. It's amazing. Another gold prize. And look at the little squash in there. As soon as they pop open, we have bees that come in here and do their job. And then my daisies. I just love a splash of color in my greenhouse. This is starting to pop out. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm leaving it in the pot. I may transplant it into a bigger pot, but for now, it is doing great. This one is coming back out. That one's coming back out. And I've got the ferns to transplant today. This is my Cherokee Tan Pumpkin. In 1 week from now, you're going to see a huge difference. Once they get to this stage, all this will start growing, and I'm going to start weaving it on here. And we're going to see if we can grow a Cherokee Tan Pumpkin in the greenhouse. Look at Danny's onions. Some of them are starting to bulb. Off and on, I've noticed his onions, a few of them, are starting to bulb. Over there, some of them are bigger than others. But look, my Cherokee Purple tomatoes. All right, this one's a good size. This one's a good size, but look at this one. I'm talking, this one just took off. It is just huge. And then this one is too. They're getting to be good sized tomatoes. Then we've got one that's kind of little. Then we've got more that are going up. So all these are Cherokee Purple tomatoes. And then Danny's got his that he hasn't transplanted. He's gotten about half of his out, and he's got more to go. He also has peppers that's got to go out. We planted a lot of tomatoes in the last few days out, and now it's time to get our barrels ready and put peppers in them. But these are the Egyptian walking onions, and I want to show you something. This is what they're supposed to do. They put on babies, and you see that? They're doing it all over the place in here. I see them crooking over. That's when they start putting on babies. See that? I'm excited. These things, these Egyptian walking onions have loved my greenhouse. This is a place for them. They're doing awesome. We got to cut some down and do some stuff before long, but I just love seeing them grow. Then I have my splash of color. And look at my kale over here. Miss Slippy kind of done a number on it, but look, it's got little leaves coming out. Look how pretty it still is. It hadn't went to seed. It hadn't bolted yet. So we still have plenty of this kale too. See how pretty? It's trying to bolt. I know it is. So these plants will come up before long, but we're still getting kale off of them. This is 2 squash. I think I planted this one from seed. Danny put a small one here. These are the gold prize. They're just now getting ready to take off, but this was an older gold prize, and you see, again, we're going to have squash this week. I know we are. More of Danny's garden that has to go out, but look at this. These are the Burgundy beans. The color is gorgeous. You got that little splash of purple, pink all in there. It started last week. I look for beans sometime this next week. Isn't that a pretty color? I love color in my greenhouse. I love to cook with colored vegetables. So adding these are going to be beautiful. When you cook them, the burgundy goes away, I believe. It doesn't stay burgundy. But it's pretty when you start. I mean, they're everywhere. And they say these are very prolific, that they do a great job producing. So we're going to find out. I mean, they're beautiful. All the way down to another gold prize with lots of squash. So we're going to be eating fresh squash. We love squash fries, and that's one of the ways I make squash. So soon. Another Cherokee purple tomato back here in the corner. And then this I planted in the fall, and it did not come up, but it finally did. And look, and I'm not sure what bean it is, but it is a green bean. See in there? I'm fixing to harvest green beans in a day or so. There's 3 there. And this one hasn't put any on yet. So hopefully the bees are pollinating, and we're going to have green beans off of these 2. My geraniums are in full bloom. This one's got to come off. You just pinch. Well, I said pinch the heads off like that, and it'll come back out. It's doing awesome. This is my Cherokee lettuce. Look at it. It is beautiful. Like I said, I love color, and this is doing fantastic. I thought I'd show you outside the back of my greenhouse, or the QueenDome. Look at this. We have red clover, and we planted it all down the back. Isn't that a beautiful sight? Just beautiful red clover as far as you can see. And this is very beneficial. Look up the benefits of red clover. Great for teas. I promise you, you would love it. It is awesome. And this is the front side. So this bed is full of carrots. I know we shouldn't have planted carrots, but we like fresh carrots. So you see, look at the carrots. This bed is full of carrots everywhere you look. They're up good. This is our blueberry tomatoes. They make a small cherry-sized tomato that in the sunlight is blue. It's awesome. And we have this bed. We have about 8-10 of them in this bed, and they weathered the storm. We covered them on the coldest days, but we're hoping to have some blueberry tomatoes. They are the Indigo series. And these are Danny's spaghetti squash. Last year he had 5 here in this one spot. We covered them with these big pots because he had to put them out. They were getting crazy in the greenhouse. And look, we've already got lots of blooms. I thought we had a baby somewhere on one of them. Not sure. I think he's already got baby squash. Oh, yeah, look. If they pollinate today, we should have pollinators. We have baby squash already on his spaghetti. Look, there. That one took. Ah, isn't that awesome? So, spaghetti squash out here where he had them last year. And we're hoping they do as well. I don't think we're going to have to cover them again this year. I think we're done with the really cold. But that is the outside of my QueenDome. So guys, thank you for coming along and walking through the QueenDome with me, seeing what's going on. I'm going to be cooking asparagus and kale today, of course. And within a week, hopefully squash. And within a couple of weeks, hey, maybe some green beans, which they'll be yellow or red, not green actually. Isn't that exciting? So my Cherokee Garden is doing really well. And this is April the 7th, I believe. So just trying to give you a date of when I did this. Talk to you later. Thank you for taking the tour with Crazy Days.